Jai Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Jai Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath 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 Bholenath.
Guruji, will you force this fire on me like this? This like like this cesarean birth.
You want a cesarean birth?
Yes.
It's very easy, you know. It's very easy. You have to go right here, son. You have to cross this line. You really, when you leave anything, leave everything on the carpet. When you go over here, you're finished. You're finished over here. And here, you leave everything here. You leave everything here, and step into the place you want to be. Step into the place you want to be. Really, I'm serious. That's it. You have courage.
Yes.
Yeah, you have courage. You walk. If you step out of that, you step all this, just for the moment. This is just you, all that you've been living on, your ideas about yourself, all this stuff. This is what you have to step off this carpet of the past. You step out of it, and I tell you, don't hold anything in your mind. Don't say after this nothing. You just step off of it, and that's it. After that, you step back, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you cross the line.
You're going to take away the past.
Huh?
What happens to this side?
This is not. It doesn't exist anymore. If you step off this doesn't exist. Whatever was here in you does not exist anymore.
Feels very good to be on this side. Yes.
You just walk off it. You know, I am creating that sand for you to tell you that this is the symbol. Just like this is your mind. This is how your mind is. It's just like it. Is it? And this is all you've been talking like this. This is your yesterday. This is your history. This is your CV. This is your report. This is your memories, your desires, your anxieties, your worries, everything. This is what this means here. So this is what it means. Now, if you choose, for whatever that represents for you, the past and the sorrows and all of this kind of stuff and this me, walk off it then. Just walk off it. Just walk off it. I'm serious. Then it is finished. I have nothing to say to you. You can walk back on it. Don't be afraid. It's not about carpet. It's not carpet. This is something. This is just in your mind. You walk out of it. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what it comes. If you say, "Oh yeah, but this thing's happening to me," I say, "Listen, why are you trying to fool me? You have done this. You have done it. You the self have done it. You step out of that. Why should it be difficult? Why should it be difficult? If all of this means your ideas about yourself and whatever it is that, which I am not at all interested about it. You want to meet me and to walk in my space, you step off this thing then. But don't say you're stepping off a carpet. You're not stepping off no carpet. But you step away from it and see if it can touch you. It cannot touch you. Whatever this represents for you, it cannot touch you. It's only because you keep touching it, going back and touch. You see, like this, which you can get the illusion to do. You can only do it with your illusion. You cannot do it with your truth. You cannot go into the forest with your truth and then start to see monkeys and oh my God. You can only do it with your lie, not with your truth. With your power, in fact, to create delusions. You see? And of course, these things are going to try and creep back in, but why are they trying to creep back in? Why are they trying to creep back in? Because only through you they can have a sense of life. Yeah? Only through you. Why they try to come? You're not trying to creep back into them, or maybe we are. Why are they trying to come to you? Because only from you they can get life. So it's up to you to give it life. Then something as you in you has to die for that delusion, you know. Just say, but how silly, you know. I'm talking about here, just about, you know, this me, and this me, you know, which I hear so often. Yeah, but I don't like this, and I didn't like this. My God. Carpet talk. Carpet talk. Step off your carpet and talk to me. You see? That's what I mean. Step off your carpet and talk to me. Let me hear the freshness of you. I'm longing so much to meet your freshness, to hear your freshness. I know it's here, you know. I know this. Nobody can tell me it's not here, not even God. You see? So that's all I'm waiting to see. I'm not waiting anxiously, but in a way I can say that I'm waiting to see that. And only you can keep me waiting. Because I'm not waiting for a person. A person will always be late or some early or something. Not waiting for a person. You see? Yeah. A girl has been standing by this crossroads for a very, very long time. She's sitting there. And many people pass and say, "Are you okay?" I say, "I'm fine." I say, "Ma'am, you know, would you like umbrella?" "No. Sun is hot." It's okay. Who are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for? No. Doesn't matter. It's not you. Waiting for the Buddha. Long time, rain come, snow come, wind come, rain come, night come, day come. And then one moment, so many people come also. In one moment you realize this thing. Why am I waiting for the Buddha when the Buddha is always being here? I'm just waiting for myself. How much longer I must wait for myself? Why am I waiting for other? I've been having my mind on other. I think Buddha is other. But the Buddha is not other. You see? So this is why I'm in the rain, I'm in the sun, I'm in the dark, I'm in the night, I'm in the day. And I can't see this Buddha because I'm expecting to find other. And the Buddha is not other. You see? So this story just comes from Buddha now. You see? So when you stop waiting for other, you can wait all your life for God. But you'll wait all your lives for God because you're waiting for other. And God is not other. God is not another. Isn't it? So you sing to God as other. Isn't it? You worship God. God is as other. So you won't meet him. He gives some clue. He has to send some clue. You see, somehow. To diversion. But diversion is diverted. The diversion is diversion. But for a while, so the play goes. We are waiting for God because you're waiting for other. So you never show up because you're waiting for other. If you're not waiting for other, then what happened? Stop putting God in the other place. And now where is God? Your mind cannot go to that place. Your mind cannot go to that place. Your mind cannot see him. Your mind just makes a cartoon of him. Him is not him. Him is not her. Him is not you as you. You see? You is other also. So you don't touch other, and we don't have a problem. And don't touch other, there's no time. There's no separation. There is not even union. Why should there be union if it never happened? Separation never happened. So what the hell is there for union? I don't know who understands my words actually. I've been waiting to say them. Tonight is being said somehow. Because maybe God wants to hear. I think God has been for a while satisfied with his set to play as I and other. But tonight he says, no, I'm not tired enough of that game tonight. I don't want to be, there are no others now. So you're trying to figure out the rest. People come and they've been trying to meet God for a long time. Introduce God to you. So easy. I told you it's the most easy thing. There's only been a trick of the eye. So you got it or not? You got it. You got it. If you want to still wait, then you must wait. Means that you want to keep your other. And it's a one-sided game because God doesn't relate to you as other. It's only you relating to God as other. So you give up this other. Has anybody ever introduced God so directly? That's good, you see? I don't tell you go and do any mantras and go and sit in a cave and nothing like that. Because why would I not say this? Because it would mean that God is behind all these things. He's after all those things. You have breakfast and then I meet you, God. Sit in a cave and then lose some weight and then you sing a lot of bhajans, sing a lot of mantras and then I introduce you to God. But I don't feel I want to, if I want to meet you, I don't want to wait. I don't want till you're going to have breakfast. I'm here. So why should God be any later than me? Isn't it? I want to meet you. I don't put any obstacle in front of you. Listen, first of all, you go and spend 2 weeks washing dishes, and then I come and meet you. Then I'll be called. I'll have to call myself the go and wash dishes first to meet God person. God. So I don't want to say this. If you can meet each other, like I want to see Krishna Bai. Okay, when? Maybe in 2 months. No, I want to meet you. Where is she? Where? Okay, go and meet you now. If I can meet you so immediately, why should it take longer to meet God? Who is there before you? Before the notion of you. So this is why I could not accept, you see, something now. That God is behind the curtain. What curtain? What curtain is there in the world that can hide God from me? I don't believe in any curtain. I don't believe in any distance. I don't believe in any other. So I'm not waiting to meet God. Why I have to wait? Mean that He is separate from me by time? How many steps must I make to meet God? Means I'm separated by distance? I don't accept. Then also believe. Or you must believe. I'm separate from God by belief. I didn't know anything about belief until I was told about it. So even belief, maybe at some point, yes, maybe I'm sleeping and I want to create some distance. I say, yeah, I believe. I told in India, no, I don't want to talk about the truth. Because if I talk about you, it means you're not here. Tell everybody about you. But when you're here, I don't talk about you. I talk directly to you. So I don't want to talk about God. I don't want to talk about truth. What, should God sit there waiting for me to finish? Am I introducing God? Oh, the next person we're going to meet is God. Then he must come. So I'm just taking all these things out of your mind. Then what more must I tell you? You want some kind of magic? You want to make a magic god? But if you make magic, aren't you going to be the one who see the magic? When the magic, where's the magic now before I show you? So it's not this. You don't need any magic. The one who's waiting to see God is God Himself. You see? But something is there, must be there to hear these words. Because I'm waiting a long time to say these type of words. There are many times I'm kind of in a way waiting without knowing I'm waiting, you know. I'm waiting without knowing I'm waiting. When I say them, then I realize I've been waiting a long time to say these words, but I haven't found the ears to say them into. Because the Lord does not waste any part of His God's expression. So if there was no ears to hear it, it would not be said. So when there are ears to hear it, then it will be said. When there are eyes to see it, then it will be shown. You see? When there's a real heart to feel it, then it will appear. If you want to say appear. So, yeah. Tell your mind to challenge what I've said. Tell your mind to use all its power to challenge what I say. Not just what I say, but what has been shown. I show you what has been shown. Let your mind remove it.
By it saying that it takes a lot of effort,
Mm-hmm.
by it saying that it takes a lot of effort,
Mhm.
and that you've tried for so long and you still can't get it, that's how it feels. It can cloud it. But not even, that feels not true, but I say that.
I say that in a way I wait without waiting for a long time to be able to find the ears that can receive what I'm speaking. Yeah. And the heart that can welcome it. Because some things, like, I don't say things based upon a person saying them. I don't have any teachers. So I say I'm not a teacher. I don't have to go and read and rehearse what I'm going to say and practice in front of a mirror. I don't do this. And you know this also. Sometimes right before satsang, I'm still outside there planting trees and stuff like that. I don't prepare like this because I don't give any value for the mind to be a contributor to whatever happens. I go completely empty. And then somehow from the soul of my being, and this thing emerged, and I know it speaks only to the one that he wants to hear. It will speak. Whoever hears is the one who is put the ears to hear and he's put the voice to speak. So if you say, well, because it is said that, it has to be waited for so on. Yes, because you're here for a while. You, the God in the human form, believing in your form, has only been attracted to forms. And the strongest form you're attracted to is I. The I form, you see. And with that I form generates thousands of forms out of himself. You see. And it seems as though that form is afraid of the formless. It is secondary to rise out of the formless. But it seems to be afraid of the formless. But it seems everything in that world is a seeming, including the I form is a seeming. But it was, in a way, formed by the truth to play this game of life. You see?
That's why I came to you, because I felt something's going into this dissolving, and then it's popping out, and I just want to dissolve, because it's not scary when it's not scary.
As I said to you,
scary.
What I've said, you must not try and dirty up what I say to you. You have been looking with the eyes and the ears and the mind for other. Everything has been other for you. Your family is other for you. Your friends other, relationships other, the world other, objects other. Your desire for whatever you want is other than you. You have not desired yourself, really. Unless you desire a notion of a self again, that is a self which is more pure and stuff, and you turn what is already there into a concept about purity and stuff like that. But it is always here. And that is never another. Another came through language. Other came through language. And then somehow I told you, you've been searching for other. And even this, which is without intimacy, before even the concept of intimacy is born, it is here. And then, so without intimacy or distance, there cannot be any search. This is why the Master said, call off the search. You see. Why? Because what is to be found has been discovered. You see. Why would you keep on searching for something after you find it? Then he's saying, call off the search. Why? For all the people are searching. All are searching. It has been found. As each one finds, you say, call off the search. I don't need to search anymore. You see. But the one who says, I don't need to search anymore, he must be clear that this one is the self speaking. Just for the sake of language, for the sake of the dynamic play, call off the search. But even this call off the search is also seen from him. So this feeling of other, I don't think I have really spoke to anybody about it. That the whole world lives in I and other. That's the language of life, I and other. And I'm telling you that God cannot be other. You're not inclined to think that I is other. I is set apart from other. But I itself has been given, the trick of the I somehow is that I has been given the form, I am the body. You see, when you take I am the body form, then everything is other as object. So you're searching for object. You're searching for something, but you think you're going to see it with object because you assume you're an object. This body is an object. You see, and that is there before objects and conditioning. And it cannot be other. So whatever you see and your mind says other, it is lie. It is not true. But then I say something as completely pure as this, as words can say. You're searching for other, and God is not other. When you stop looking for other, where is God? You see. Then I said to you, give it to your mind. Let me see what your mind is going to do to it. Because you're good at that. Give it to the mind. Now let me see what the best the mind can do. Let's watch what he does with it. And then what you do with it? What did you do?
The mind says,
Yeah.
I've tried so long,
Mm.
and so I tried everything,
Yeah.
and still it doesn't.
You see, even now he's bluffing. Even now he's bluffing.
Yes, and that's why I said I know it's
Yeah.
not true, actually.
Yes, yes.
I know.
Even now he's bluffing because I tried so long. What the hell? We're not interested in how long you tried. In fact, you've been trying for so long. I don't believe in this effort of the mind. I don't believe the effort of the mind. The mind is somehow searching for something, but is not searching for something. Is hiding behind the searching. You understand? And why I can't get it is because it's to make the search seem impossible. So you give up the searching. Mine is hiding behind the search. I've been searching for so long. No, you have not. You haven't got the capacity to really search by yourself. I've been searching for so long. Maybe we can put some understanding in there and says, I is what? Identify clearly who is the one searching. If you have a strong sense that the one who is searching is not merely the person, but something deeper than the person, then I say, okay, good. What is it then? Deeper than the person means the one who can see the person. How do you know you're deeper than the person? Because you can see the person. When you can see the person, you must be beyond the person. Then who are you? You see? You still feel you carry some personal smell, but it's not just person is there. Something else is with you that is deeper and wider than a person. You see? That's why you can see the person. But you still got some personal virus inside. And this is what's causing this bit of confusion. Because the virus, in a sense, which is the belief I'm this person, this is what I am, this virus is a popular position that we take. But he's not all of you. You see, while you're in the life and in the body and the belief, you see, the purest aspect of that is to be the weakness. If you're the weakness, and you're the weakness beyond history, beyond being a historical person, you see, then this one is as pure as you can do in the phenomenal, with the use of your mind and your activity and your strength and belief. If you can come back to the undivided, the impersonal weakness, this is good. Then from there, if you're the impersonal weakness who doesn't depend on the body, you're going to topple right into the absolute. You see, there will be no distance at absolute, and you see, and yet at the same time, the manifest world can still be there and so on. But all the menace of it, the separation, all of this will have sort of like start to die down from you, start to die away, because it was only sustained by illusion. Yeah. So this is not a phenomenal change. You see, it's not that, oh, the phenomenal has changed, now the phenomenal has become nominal. It's not that anything happened in the phenomenal necessarily. You see, just some misunderstanding is cleared up, and that tremendous amount of faith and meaning that was somehow coming from you towards the phenomenal world, that leakage has stopped. See? You see, the thing is that most people, the mind cannot bear my simplest talk. You see, it's too simple. You see, when I tell you, you're waiting for other, who can deny? And I say, God cannot be another or other. I said, well, where is he? I said, no, where are you? Where are you? Because you believe in I, and you feel that you are the I, which I will not deny that you are the I. You see? But what I will deny is that I is limiting itself to the body, mind, and conditioning. And if you hold on to that, then the simplicity and the purity of my pointing will be missed. Because you hold more strongly to the I as the person, not as consciousness. If you listen to me as consciousness, the game is over, basically. And maybe there's some fear there for the game to be over, because you think the game is over, is that there's no more world, everything is shut down now, nothing more to experience. It's not like that. But that part of duality which has been misunderstood turns into a kind of corruption, a violence, a stranger, you see, some kind of mutant, and hybrid, some kind of hybrid existence. And this is where all the bad smells are coming from. See? This is why I tell you, every time people speak, I see exactly they are speaking from delusion. Almost every time. Because they cannot get out of their I, the I me. They cannot be I, they have to be I me. And I me is the I me person, you see. How is the I me person, which is just a kind of construct, is going to understand the unconstructible, indestructible? Cannot understand it. This is exact. You know what's happening here tonight with this? It's exactly the living Bhagavad Gita in 2014. I just told you. Krishna told Arjuna the truth in the first few sentences, but he could not accept it. And then he has to tell all the Bhagavad Gita, explain all the things about the different species and how they came into existence, and water and the 5 elements, and that was beyond the elements, and go to all of this. Because the simplicity, which is what exists can never not exist, and what does not exist can never exist. And instead of holding that and contemplating that, and go through every doorless door into the self, he missed the point. And Krishna, poor Krishna, had to go through all of that trouble. Still, I only say that as a joke. Why are you not finished? You love death more than life. Your life has got to be so open that a word or just a glance can completely change you, set you on fire. Otherwise, you got too much skin on. You got too much skin. You're like coconut life, coconut head. Too many things, or too many layers right in front. You know, you live in a world of layers. So you always go back to your previous disbelief.
No, Guruji, I don't want this.
You guys are too hard to die, man. You know what I mean? You're too hard to die. Some things take a long time. We have a song in Jamaica, it's called, it goes, you pick him up, you lick him down, him bounce right back. You're a hard man for dead. You pick him up, you lick him down, him bounce right back. He's a hard man for dead.
Can be at the end of the new Bhajan CD.
No, I won't sing it to anybody, because for me it didn't exist in the first place to be dead. You see, I can only do that making fun. You pick him up, you lick him down, you bounce right back. What a hard man for dead. You pick him up, you lick him down, and bounce right back. What a hard man for dead. This is what I've been telling you. He's a hard man for dead. Yeah? But maybe you want the false life, not the true life. False life is so many things I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave this one. No. This is false life. And it's not that saying anybody needs to kill the false life. The false life is based on the true life in a way. But it's distorted. Why? Because the eye of distortion touches it. And we're talking like this, but some people they wouldn't have to talk like this. You know, who is the person you have to speak with them one sentence and it's enough.
Guruji, when you said get the mind to I don't know what you said, to challenge what I say now. What I found is like I couldn't actually find what a mind is in this moment. Like what I couldn't find. There's something that you believe so much normally, like my mind. But in this moment, I looked there and I couldn't find what that even is, the construct.
Can't come near you, see, can't come near you. My love. So Duppy won't come near to Parsons' house.
Good night, Leah.
Yeah? The Duppy won't go to Parsons' house. Duppy go to person's house, but Duppy won't go to Parsons' house. Parsons what? Parsons like a holy person, like the pastor. You know? You know who's saying these things? The one inside there. He's just making these things up and telling you, you know? The Duppy means ghost. Yeah? It won't go to Parsons' house, won't go to the holy person's house. Duppy goes to person's house, you know, the one who believes that they are somebody. We should write these things down. Jamaican saying. Sound like an old time saying, but it's just coming fresh now. Duppy won't go to Parsons' house. Or Duppy go to person's house, but don't go to Parsons' house. Parsons is the one who knows about God.
Guruji, I feel there is still holding on.
Yeah, still, yes. You're drunk at your own wedding. Yes, I mean, you're in the church and you're still drunk at your own wedding. Do you take this man, which is God standing next to you, to be your eternal husband? I think so. You're drunk at your own wedding. Have you ever, have you heard of a baby that was born with fillings, gold fillings in the mouth? No. That's how real your ego is. Huh?
What am I coming from? Guruji, this thing you said about God,
Huh?
this thing you said about always being with other, just these words that I just feel like it's like you put a syringe in my system and this thing is just inside and
But isn't it so beautiful that these things
I
are
feel like completely like
exposed, isn't it? Because one of the beautiful things about wisdom is that wisdom brings joy. Wisdom, insight brings joy. Maybe you spend your whole life doing something, and a moment of wisdom, of insight, has crushed everything, but it brings joy. But the mind says, no, you're going to give up everything. I don't want to hear such a thing because I've invested so much. I've invested so much in this
all
life.
this doubt
Please do not disturb my
and
my
disbelief.
trail. You understand? Don't block my journey. But the heart says, but your journey is going nowhere. You see? What I show you brings you to me. Which was what you say you want. But you want, your mind says, come with me, follow me. I'll take you there. I'll take you to him. But he's none other than you.
But you
And you.
cannot just say everything. I just want to expose everything. Because
You don't have to expose anything. You only have to be here. Just be here. You don't have to expose anything. God doesn't need your stories. You see, you only have to, yeah, like I tell you, everything so far has been the story of other. Isn't it? You know, my life, what I want to do, everything's something apart from you, creates a distance, desire creates distance, an object to get to something. Past creates distance, object to get away from something or to get back to something. You're always on the move. From you took the tablet of birth, you're on the move, looking for something to fill a space that cannot be filled by objects. We're looking for it. You see? It can only be filled by the subject. Even that, the subject doesn't need to fill anything. The subject is totally full. The object doesn't exist. The object is the subject. And the subject is the object. But the object cannot be by itself. You understand? The object can only exist with the subject, but the subject exists by itself. All objects and subjects are only the subject. There are no objects. So please do not object to what I'm speaking, which you cannot if you understand. Isn't it? With all these different ways God is playing this play of seduction to God's self in the form of other. The greatest concept of all. I and other. There could not be other without I. So other is the birth from I. I had to be there. And who is this I? Without whom there can be no other. The one who is truly high, the delusion has created to be other. You never can find other. You cannot find and keep other. Because other is always something different from you, apart from you. And as long as you kept I, you'll keep other. He just told you again. As long as you keep your I, there'll be other. Just see the sense I, which is me, breeds other. That which is I, without you, this one is he. But you want to use your mind to go beyond your mind. But you're already beyond your mind. But when you believe in your identity, you have to go back to the mind again. And the mind can only bring confusion, which it cannot do without your support. These are the little paradoxes at the very bottom of the pot. These are little things that you have to look. Just look at it. You keep believing in the thing which is unreal. You see, if you listen as a person, my words will be hot for a while, but it will change temperature in you. Because something inside you, a kind of defense mechanism working on behalf of your mind, will be trying to pour water over my words to make them to nullify their power. Because it's so simple, you see. Putting a mirror in front of you. Like I told you, put a mirror in front of you. You ask me, how does it work? I said, well, it doesn't work, actually. The mirror does not work. You understand? It doesn't work. So a little help you get, but you don't take them. This is a letter from Rishi. Father, just felt to share the following words. You coming to Lisbon, and in the way you did, is nothing short of a miracle in this already miraculous existence. It was pure evidence that the light of consciousness has never been so readily available. A total shift in paradigm. The idea that recognizing ourselves is only for the saints, or for the ones who can live in caves, or for the ones who leave everything behind, or only for a few, was totally dismantled by your very appearance yesterday. The result may not be visible, but it is done. Naturally, my words and interpretations are also in this great play, but my heart was deeply touched to see your grace showing up so close to everyday life. It is as if consciousness is done waiting to be discovered, and is therefore making itself known, full stop. Thank you, beloved. I am 2 times blessed, once for having been revealed what I am, and twice for being able to share this existence in the presence of the one who revealed it to me. May every hidden corner in this one be exposed by your light, so that only you remain. Love you for all eternity.
I have a feeling that I will not sleep tonight.
What is sleep on such moments? It's nothing at all. You know how many nights I forgot? I just could not sleep. I was too happy to sleep, you know. I was just too filled with the Holy Spirit. I was behaving totally out of character previously, out of my previous character, you know. I mean, I would sit up all night with the window open in the dark, just looking out and just being full. I just can't, just full. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm so full. You know? Yes. I can't sleep. Can't sleep at all. But walk in the night, walk from Brixton, go all the way to West End. You know, I just can't shake off this joy, you know. I wasn't trying to shake it off, just had to do something. Like, it was moving my legs to do. Before this, I would never go walk in the night, go anywhere. I'd gone to my bed, I go sleep or nothing. I started walking in the night, walk for miles and miles. Just to walk, and to be by myself, walking all over the place. I saw a lot of London. God showed me a lot of London. Just walking. And just could not sleep. Sit in bed. It's like sleep was just like a waste of time. You know. Like such immense peace. At the same time, such Shakti. I used to ask, what's this peace for? You know? Because what can I do with it? Why are you giving me so much peace? Because I can't do anything at all. I'm sitting down here like my body's full of mercury. I can't move. I just sit like this. And I just don't know what to do. I said, why you give me so much peace? You know? I don't know why so much peace or so much joy. Because it's too much for one person, one being, you know. And so many people say they're looking for it. But you give so much, it's running out of my ears, it's dripping out of everything, it's just dripping. They said, no, there must come a time when the beings can come and something of this can be just given out or something, because what am I doing with it? I don't need to be more happy than this. I don't need to be more happy. You see? So it is the same one who is here now. The same one who is here. It never left this body. It never had to work on me as much as it seemed like it has to be working on you. Some of you. Jesus. You know?
You just spoke it out, Mooji. The unspoken truth.
Because something happened and I just thought, that's it. That's it. I mean, what is there? I mean, like all my doubts, all my dreams, everything like that that crashed. It just seemed like I had this bank account for a long time and the bank just told me like basically all your money was monopoly money. That is no use. But I didn't care, you know, I didn't care that I couldn't spend that money because I was in a different currency now. Yeah, man. I didn't have money, man. Listen, you know, who was my bank manager? God is my bank manager. What are you talking about? So I felt very... And even that I really had sometimes had the taste of poverty. I had no money at all. I had no money for quite a long time. But I never saw it as like it was a fault. I knew it was something that was, you know, given. Like God gave me poverty as my wealth for a bit. And yeah. You still have to process out some ego, you know. It was still in there, you know, to process out some of this. Sometimes the centered person was interpreting like it was something personal, you know. Like, you know, I can do this, you know. I can touch you and give you some peace, and it just the opposite thing would work, you know. But these lessons were so painful, like you make such a big cock up, you made such a big mess, you know. You think you're doing something good, and it had to be burned and for you to just give it up. Don't do this. It's not you. It's not you. And that you has to go still. I don't know if that you goes entirely. I don't know. You know? It still shows up, you know? But what was clear all along, even though ego was there, what was clear for the first time is that there is a God. There is a truth. Because nothing, not even my imagination, could create this. Could not create this. And if it was, I didn't mind. Okay? I just don't mind. You know? If this was all fake, I still would not mind. I'd go for it. Because it would be the best fake around, basically. Because it showed everything else as fake. You know? In the sense that the belief in them and it showed, no, but that's not. It is there, but not the way you're seeing.
I see that something in me is afraid to see in this way. It holds on to some.
It wasn't all at once. It wasn't all at once. It wasn't all at once. There was something that was all at once. You know, something was all at once was that something changed like this. My whole orientation became from the way of living like a person, even though the person still stayed, but the dominion of the person was not there. Something just new. It's not. It's just you just know it's not this. It's like I told you the example of that you were brought up by some people, you call them mother and father for as long as you could remember, you know. But it's like you and both of your parents are black, basically, with big fat lips and just kind of huge bottoms, you know. But that's all you knew. And he said, "My mom, you know, I mean, like, you know, why we don't can't wear your clothes? I can't do nothing." I said, "Don't worry about that." And then somebody told you, "You know, you are, you know, do you know who you are? What is your name?" You say, "My name is Jennifer." Yeah, okay. Your name is not Jennifer. You see, what are you saying? Your name is Jennifer. You've been stolen from your child, given a wrong identity. You know, your real parents are looking for you. They're full of love. They miss you. So don't mess with my head. What are you talking? No. Come on. I love my family. Yes, it's okay to love them. But I want to show you. Okay? Come with me, I'll show you. And take you someplace. I won't even embarrass you. Stay here. These people are coming out of this house. Look at them. Okay? And they come out of the house. You see these people. They give you a mirror. Look at you. Look at them. Who are they? Who are you? And then somehow you see something that can never not be anymore inside. Something like this happened. Who you've been thinking, you always had a suspicion. I'm not who I keep thinking that I am. And then in one flash you discover, oh my God. Your greatest anguish, your greatest joy. It's like that. You don't have to go and kill the other parents. You just have to remember who you are. And you were nice to them. You said, this had to be. I had to have this life. Because if I maybe had that life, I would not value it. But I had to know this life so that I could value the thing that I am. I would not have given any value to it. Maybe that is a little story that can help you. So I felt like that.
But I'm hearing in my ears, I'm hearing. It's like, okay.
It is like somehow the weight of an old idea, it's still either it drops for an instant and you see, wait a minute, I always thought that I needed this, and it's not. In fact, I didn't need it. It was blocking my my real life. And then somehow it comes back up on your shoulder again, and you find yourself walking with this big rucksack of yesterdays and tomorrows. That's why I say, for often, even with the grace of God, something still does this. And perhaps it has to do this for a while. It has to do it. There's something that's happening there that sometimes you're not conscious of, that maybe you have to still go through this to acclimatize yourself to the purity of being. You have to keep getting bitten and trying to give up and get bitten, trying to give up and feel frustrated, but somehow it's doing something. When how I left teaching, how I left employment, basically, because that's basically what happened. I left employment because I was teaching for a while, and then it suddenly came that I was told I had to go on a course, and I didn't want to. And right there and then, at the beginning of the term, I said, I want to resign. And my head of department just couldn't believe, because teachers don't resign. You know what I mean? Because in one way, it's like it's your livelihood and everything and whatever. But I feel for me it was too much now. It was a burden now. I couldn't carry it. But I could not resign. I could only resign in my heart. I couldn't go any further. The words had left to come out. Once they come out, I couldn't put them back in. They come out. And my heart went with them. I could not keep it up. And yet I had to work a whole term. It was the most difficult thing. So why can't I just be released? A whole term, my heart was not in it. But it took a term for this thing to come out, finally come out. It said it took the children of Israel 30 years. I think it was that, 30 or 40 years 40 years to cross a wilderness that they could have done in 40 days, in fact. But because they were so unruly and stuff, they were let all the way in different parts of the wilderness, you see, to beat out their shit, basically, so that they could grow to become one people. Then they could find the promised land, so to speak. And sometimes we have to go through our 40 days and 40 nights. Jesus had to go through this 40 days and 40 nights. Israel has to go to 40 years.
Mooji, what comes inside over and over is that I don't know if this is like another drama in my head, but there is this sort of tension that I'm in this relationship because I want to be in the playground longer or something, but then I see
God doesn't ask you to give up any relationship, except to what is false. You know. The mind keeps putting these conditions, like, maybe I need to do this first, do that first. But there's nothing you have to do to be yourself, because it's already there, So like, what are you going to do for somebody who's already there? Can you make a king a king? He's already king. You only have to recognize, but that is the king. Oh, okay, then everything comes spontaneously. But if you see the king is sweeping the garden, and you think he's a gardener. You say, hello, do you know, excuse me, sir, excuse me. You know where the king is? Yes, if you go up there and you wait in the room, you might see him. I think he's coming there maybe in half an hour. Go now. Then the king shows up and you say, but, wow, they said, but that is the king. But I thought he was the gardener. No, he was sweeping the garden. You thought he's a gardener, but he's the king. Then you have to get your head around that. Oh my God.
Guruji, is like reading the Ribu Gita and Avadutta Gita over and over is like a big help in this way, like to just change the conditioning in your head that it keeps on saying that I'm a body, like to.
It's not because you keep on saying, it's because you keep on believing.
But somehow does reading these things help?
The one who reads them is here now and can understand what I'm speaking. Does God have to read the Rupa Gita? Why you keep putting God as author? You stay over there. I'll come to you in a minute, okay? At the moment, don't disturb me because I'm practicing to get to you. Okay? God, you stay over there, Stay over there because I'm still, doing my mantras. Don't disturb my mantras. Because my mantra is bringing me to you. Yeah, but I'm here with you. Yeah, I know that intellectually. But which is the best mantra to get to you? Okay. What about the mantra like, I am that? What it means, I'm that. Okay. I am that I am. Oh, that sounds nice. I am that I am. Okay, I am that I am. I am that I am. Okay. I'll wait over there. This is what you are doing, actually.
me.
No.
She's the topmost one that I know who insists actually on being separate, and then cries about it. Like, oh, why can't I do it? And I say, well, do what? What makes you? Why would God want to tell you to do something to reach God, unless He sees that there's still a lot of play in you, and the only way you're going to find a God is you have to fulfill your play. You want to play, like, how can I get beyond this? How can I come out of this? That's called play. I said, okay, you want to come out of this? It's like the thing we did in Rishikesh. Mooji, how can I come to Swatantananda ashram. Easier than easy. You're already here. Yeah, I know you are there, Mooji. But how can I get there like you? But we are both here together. Yeah, I know you're a Zen master and you know all these things, but I don't know these things. I just want to be there. Oh, okay, I understand you. Okay, so you go out. Take rickshaw, go up right up the top to Ramjula Bridge, go there, and then after this you take a boat, you can go across the bridge. And then you walk down on the other side quite a long way. And then you find that if there's a bridge, there's no bridge, you walk back up, cross the bridge, come back down, walk all the way back down, come up this place and you come and you say, thank you, that's what I was waiting for, that's what I wanted, some clear instructions. I say, okay, good. So off you go. And you're gone for, well, here maybe you're gone for half a day or, 3 hours. But these 3 hours is a metaphor for maybe 300 lives. You come back and you say, wow, it's so good to be here. But I was here before, no? I said, yeah.
It is like this. I feel my being is here and it's not dependent on anything.
Yeah.
This I feel.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. You what?
I cannot say what I am. I feel this emptiness and silence inside, but it still feels. It feels also.
Speak without your mind, and you can continue. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, there's no handle. No handle. Can you imagine having a cup like this? When somebody give you a cup, and you're looking for the handle, and you keep looking, and you can't. Well, where is it? You're looking. How long? You're looking at this for, until the tea goes cold. You say, where's the handle? I keep looking around. It must be around here somewhere. My God, where'd you put the handle? I said, well, there's no handle. Oh, okay. It's like this. This is why I say I laugh a lot. I started to really laugh in life when I met God, because he's very funny. You understand? 'Cause a lot of things you show, look what you're doing again. You're looking for this handle, you're looking for the handle. Where's the handle? Wait a minute, maybe this way. But this way? Well, maybe I can't see all the sides at once. So what is the side? Where's the handle? My God. Where's the handle? Am I missing something? Yeah, there's no handle. Oh! Thank you. Yeah, you see? This is exactly what we are doing. You're looking for something because you won't stop because you believe it is going to be there, but you don't believe your senses, don't believe anything. You believe that, if you believe enough, it's just going to show up a handle. There's a handle. It is. Is it? And John sure, but why you bother with all of that? It must be because you like it. You like this. Isn't it?
Jai Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Jai Gauri Shankara Jaya Vishwanath Jaya Parvati Pati Bholenath Bholenath Om